Good evening. Hello. Welcome along to rFactor Thursday on a Friday. Because it is Le Mans week, and I figured if we want to do a Le Mans race, then we should try to not do it when the real-life qualifying is running. And that was yesterday, so let's do a race today instead. Oh, depends on your boosts. Yeah, of course, you don't have that much boost difference, do you? Yeah. Well, yeah, no, it do depend on the engine map you're using, of course, but yeah. 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 Right, so log. I do love the sound of that Mazda. Look at the. And of course, now that I've started this, my cat wants to go outside. Hold on. All right. Of course, my cat being a proper cat, he doesn't quite decide whether he wants to go outside or stay inside once you open the door. Let's see, what's the timing on this? It is qualifying in 10 minutes from now. It's a 15-minute qualifying session. Should be. And from there, 4-minute warm-up, and then a race of a full hour with double fuel and tire usage. So there should be some pit stops in this. Now let's see if I can then paste this one in there. Yeah, that'll be fine. I wasn't really sure whether or not we would actually be able to, or whether we had enough people to do this race today. There's a speed limiter on the car, that's good. Oh. Well, these cars aren't as well, they are not any better at that Tete Rouge curbing than the Formula 1 cars on Monday. Man. Good way of warming up the tires though. Heading into the evening as well, I see. And again running wide. And again, like with Monday, we are using the 1991 layout of the circuit. Because the track is that track is free for everyone to use. Okay, these cars are wandering quite a lot. That evening cycled into nighttime rather quickly. I would think so. Focusing more on what people are saying on Discord rather than my own driving here. to click the button. Ah. Right. Right, let's move on to qualifying then. Yeah, I would think so. Hmm. Now I'm gonna leave the server and rejoin because the car I see for Steve Kenwood is a Porsche and not a Mazda. That's yeah. Yeah, that could be the thing, yeah. Yeah. Just leave the game to it and then you'll find a big new number of stuff. All right. Yeah. Yeah. It does for me too now. Ooh, that could be. I'm sorry that I didn't think of this in practice though. It would have been easier to swap cars and stuff. Right, well, while they are doing that, let's 15, that's pretty good, I think. Yeah, that's all good. So that's the oil temp on left. That's always good to have an eye on these older cars. Okay. So the 200 board then for both the chicanes. Just to stay on the safe side. And I almost used 10 liters already, and then now going through Mulsanne. There will definitely be pit stops tonight, that's for sure, even if the race is only an hour long. I was gonna say it's strange that it is that understeery, but then again I was doing about 200 kilometers an hour in there, so that might be why. .5 liters worth of fuel on one lap. Getting pretty much every corner wrong there. From Forest access onto Tête Rouge. I do hope the volume is good. Because the live stream on Monday was very... No, on Wednesday was very low on the volume side. Because I'd forgotten to change between the sound profiles for the games. Because rFactor 2 is a bit louder than RBR is. Let go. And from what I understand, the LMC in December, the Driver Spirit LMC will be held on this layout of the track rather than the newest one. This one is free after all. Made by the awesome guys at Virtual LM. think I'm gonna give it a click or two more downforce on the front for the race. Oops, okay. Okay, so I'll keep hitting escape, but nothing escapes. There we go. There's only 5.5 seconds between Luca in first and Steve in second. Scott is still parked. I was going to say Crash is quite wild in the background, and maybe a bit too wild. From the looks of things. Right, let's follow Steve Kenwood then for... because I think he is the... apart from Scott who is parked, Mr. Kenwood is the only car out there putting in... or able to put in a lap time, because the time of the qualifying has already ticked over. Steve is only a tenth and a half behind me. Nobody's 1.5 seconds quicker than me in sector 1. Oh yeah, he was significantly faster than me on the previous lap, because I see he lost 9 seconds in the last sector, so he went off the road with Crash at the end of it, at the end of the lap. .6 versus my 37.9. So Mr. Kenwood is 2 seconds quicker than me at the second sector point. Done with the Porsche curves now. On his way into the Ford chicanes. Looks quite tidy. Through he goes into 4th position. 335.3. So he's pretty much exactly 2 seconds quicker than me. The 3:24.4 from Luca. That is really something. And Scott has made it back into the pits. But yes, it is. Because add the ballast to Yeah, how much was it in the end? 2.5 tenths or something? It was yeah. And of course, because I have watched other people drive, I have to close rFactor 2 and go back into it. Because I'm stuck in that window. in the window where you can watch other people drive, and I can't go back to the menu where I get to choose to drive myself. But I'll while the game is booting up, I'll be doing a quick toilet break, so I'll be right back. Sure is a good thing that rFactor 2 is super quick to boot up. Now, if the game could actually start up again before we take over to race, that would be perfect. Okay, there's the menu at least. Drive. Okay, we're back there again now. Okay, then we need to... No. Drop this in here, refresh that one. Set starting order, timing, not banner tower. Auto cycle. Do that. Yeah, no, that'll be fine. Okay. Oh. Here we go. I think we're... Yeah, so we should be running, or... Ah, okay. So, yeah, so much for the quick rolling, or whatever we called it. Yeah, could be. Well, it should be all good then. Yeah. Yeah, checked out for the race. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, because in the Formula 1 you had the rich energy thing, so it's a play on that, with the antlers hanging down instead of standing up. That's for the Fiat 850. Not far back. I used to put real life logos on the on the cars several years ago, but I've stopped when I'm making liveries, and now I'm only doing kind of fun versions of them. Oops. Yeah. You know, that target you're painting on your back is just getting bigger and bigger. I don't remember which car it was that I had painted Hi Steve on the back, on the rear bumper. It was one of those we used with the Aussies, I think. Yeah. 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 All right then. Good luck, everyone. Seems like it does. And the fun thing is that I don't have server access, so I can't change it. Yeah, let's see, I'll try to see if I can do anything about this. Yeah, I hope that order's home. I don't think I can. Let's see if I have any options in the... Well, I have the big red button that says shut down server. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see, what happens if I click set the time and then set that to... Yeah, okay, yeah. Hi Hugo, by the way. Yeah.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Right, let's hope that the game will actually allow us to drive now. Okay. I'm giving you a big beer belly. Yep. Ooh. Sure, there's an apex in there somewhere. Oh, wait, I clicked the wrong gearbox now, didn't I? Yeah, I don't think I had the longer gear ratio on the longer final drive in the practice session. it's interesting. They seem to have a lot better grip than the Mustang to the Porsche curves. Lucas got a 9-second lead already. Well, 8 seconds to Steve. Also, I might have gone wrong with the, or done the wrong thing with using the higher downforce at the front. Because I seem to be losing a bit of time on the straights. How tricky the car was to steer through the Porsche curves. I'd rather have a car that sticks and is a bit slower on the straights. It would also help if I was on the brakes in time for Indianapolis. Nope. Apparently on lap 2 that high downforce front end does not work. Awesome. Oh well. I'm seemingly very early on the brakes compared to Tom is behind me. No! Well, that didn't work. For anyone other than Steve. That's some aero wash. Holy moly. At least I think it was aero wash. Well, I'm back where I belong at least. Yeah. Ah, fudge. So Scott had a VR freeze, which is exactly what you want when you are about to hit the breaking point for the first chicane on Mulsanne. I can do another 2 laps on my tank of fuel. That's gonna be interesting. Heading into the evening already. That is a fairly lengthy pit stop though. It's still stationary. Did you repair damage as well, Steve? Okay. Huh. Oh, or is it Scott who is... Yeah, it is Scott who's at the back there, okay. Ah, so Scott was in the pit too. Okay, that was what that confused me. Okay, yeah. That makes sense, because I didn't expect it to be a 2-minute pit stop for Steve. For just fueling. I wouldn't mind though, but yeah, I didn't expect it. Maybe it's just that I'm expecting too much of the car. Okay, Crash is in. And Steve Kenwood is in as well. Great, and that was a full second worth of a lag spike. First one on the race for me, so it's been almost 20 minutes. So I need to come in on this lap. Yep. So Luca is in this lap. I expect Antonis to do that, to go in as well. Another screen freeze, absolutely perfect. Okay, that might have been a bit early on the speed limiter. All right. No change of tires on this pit stop. So see if I could save a little bit of time. It is a bit annoying though with that long pit lane and you bunch everyone together at the end instead of spreading us out. Alright. About to head out again. Was Kenwood passed? Let's crash. Here comes Steve, I guess. Yeah. So I guess I could have done tires then. First set the tires on the next pit stop. It doesn't seem to affect the time at all. I think I say this every time we are doing a race in the dark like this, but I do love this kind of nighttime racing. was something magical about it. No. So much for catching up, but to Steve a little bit overlap. Yeah, I don't remember the fuel usage to be this bad in the special race in December. Are we supposed to be using these same settings now? Yeah. Yeah. No worries. Suddenly everything in the cockpit was very bright now. That's the halfway mark of the race. One wheel on the grass is really scary with this car. Because earlier in the race, that just pulled me straight off the track and into the wall. Oh. Seconds up to Steve Legali now. Nothing more. Meep meep. Because that's not gonna come back and bite me later on in the lap. Almost didn't have to wait for very long either. Yeah. Is this the one that goes right or left? Looks like Mr. Legali is running a very much higher boost setting than I do. Yet, the ability to go straight in this car is really hopeless. No, if it would have been on purpose, it would have been a lot more aggressive. I don't know if it is the car that doesn't like low downforce or what it is. Kind of like driving the older cars in the LMC, where you have to kind of herd it down the straight, trying to weave it a bit from left to right to keep it reasonably straight. How slow is that car out of the corners? Holy moly! Is it just the turbo lag? Okay. I was thinking I might have found neutral there. Okay. So Steve is in for a second time now. That means I think he might have to go in for a third time. I can do the rest of the race with one more stop. Scott is back in the pits again as well. 24 minutes to go. It's getting brighter. It's getting brighter, and it's getting very much brighter very quickly. Oops. I have to say that looked like a very slow pit stop for Steve. Crashes in. No. I do like driving these cars, but I'm nowhere near competitive with them. I have no chance of controlling the stuff. This is a lot worse than the SRM rally with gravel tires in the snow for 2 full legs. This is a lot more unpredictable. Scott is in the pits again. Okay, so I'll do one more lap. Before I do my pit stop. Well, I will pit on my next lap, rather. Kenwood is on his way in right now. It's gonna be like 15 minutes left. The race. Whoops, when I get in. Chasing off for 4 laps. Yeah, no. I'll brim the tank anyway. You know, I think I might be on for a podium. Given that I will stop now and that will be my last stop. I think that Kenwood might have to stop again. I know that Crash will have to stop again. And so does Steve Legale. Lucas in the pits. He's been going so fast that master, and he's made a few last that long as well. That is awesome. I have no idea how he does it. Because whenever I have to save fuel, I'm dirt slow. Yeah, need to remember to actually head for the pits this time then. Nice and early with the speed limiter. Scott is in here, and Antonis as well. Okay. I wouldn't think so. Oh. Yeah. Huh. Right, so now it's 68 seconds of pit stop. Because of the tires, I presume. Looks like it. Okay, so it does take some extra time to change those tires then. I did think initially that it did, but it didn't look like it with the with my first pit stop. Oh well, doesn't matter. Yeah, and once we're out on the straight, that Sauber is just zooming away. So it looks like the Porsche is a lot nicer through the corners than the Sauber is. So it's a good thing we're not using the pre-1990 layout without the chicanes. Well, this is 91. Is this from the first year they had the chicanes on Mulsanne? I think it might be. Yeah, it almost looked like you halfway stalled it in the middle of the corner. Steve was in neutral in the middle of the corner. It is interesting though. Scott is in the pits again And when he's been in the pits and done repairs to the car, they haven't refueled the car. Oops. But whenever he's been in there and not repaired, then they've refueled it. So there's something going on there. Now, how come I'm 20 seconds ahead of Steve Kenwood? Mini bank crash. If you have to have a final pit stop, it won't be that long, because you won't be needing that much fuel. Thomas is back in the pits. Steve's back in. I think you have to stop, mate, and fill the tank full all the way up. Last 5 minutes of the race. It's going to be 2 more laps. the wrong part of the screen. I thought I passed the 200 boards, but it was the 300 boards, so I was a bit too early on the brakes for the second chicane there. But that's okay. It's better to be a bit too early than being too late. Let's got this in a bit again. Have you crossed the finish line on the track at any lap, Scott? Or has it just been pit stops? Yeah. Yeah. That is really annoying. Really starting to feel now that I yeah, so yep. I mean, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but I would recommend it for the result. One more lap then. It did sound like Crash might need to have a splash of fuel. I do see that I've been driving pretty much equal with Steve Kenwood after this last pit stop. So I do wonder if he might be fuel saving to avoid having to do another pit stop. Yeah, Crush is back in. He does not need so one more pit stop that I can snag third position. Oh, is Antonius in there too? I thought that Antonius would not have to do another pit stop. Apparently he did. Both of them are back out again. Yeah, no, I didn't think Antonius need... you short filled. Because he was in the pits when I was in the pits. So we expected one less lap than we actually got, I think. Luca and Steve Guy has finished the race. The Steve was a lap down. And he's rather thirsty, Sauber. Yeah, so I have a bit more margin over you this time than you had on me on Monday then. Yeah, well, on to the podiums. Yep. 22 liters left. Whew. Yeah, Yeah, it was me. No problem at all. Yeah. Right. Well, I think that will be it for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Do enjoy whatever is left of your Friday, and do enjoy Le Mans in the weekend if you plan on watching. So take care and goodbye.